now that they've worked their way through the 80s of remakes, I just feel like now they're making their way on down through the 90s nostalgia and remaking that too. I feel like they're this close to remaking Hocus Pocus, and it's scary. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle reaction, my second struggle reaction, here to discuss the brand new up and coming October soon to be premiered HBO special of The Witches. Now, of course, I didn't look at any other reactions, any trailers, but I did look at the title cover and I saw The Witches. Okay, that could be anything. There are many witch movies. Now, I looked at it one more time and saw that the title with the witches was a hand holding a mouse. Those witches, the 1990 witches, Angelica Houston witches, I love The Witches. I am a big fan. I love The Witches. It was one of my go-to movies as a child. So when I saw that mouse dangling, I already knew what that was because I've watched it so many times. Before we get into what I think about this trailer and my reaction to the trailer, I'm going to give you guys a moment to subscribe, and then we're going to come back, we're going to react, and then we're going to discuss The Witches.
It begins when I was a young boy.
You'll be comfy here. Your mama's all wrong. I'd do anything for her to be here right now.
Grandma was a tough lady with a big heart. And little by little, she brought me out of my sadness. Now if you feel that you can't go on, darling, I didn't know it, but there was a dark shadow looming nearby. Witches. They're real, and they hate children.
Welcome. What would you do if there were mice running all around and they're so dead?
I would call the exterminator.
You see, girls? He would exterminate those brats.
Rats.
This is upsetting.
We would exterminate the rats.
I feared this was happening. They're here. That means a test is coming. Ladies, I have a plan. Alejandro will transform a child into a mouse.
Oh, we have
Why are we mouses?
Mice.
Whatever. Grandma, it's me.
Is that you, boy? We'll never let you get away with your filthy, evil plot. Who's gonna stop me? Doesn't matter who you are or what you look like, as long as somebody loves you.
You wouldn't happen to be carrying around a mouse on your person, now would you?
A mouse?
Mm-hmm.
Why on earth would I be carrying around a mouse?
Let's talk about it. So The Witches, of course, is based on a book called The Witches. We have a previous adaptation of that book from the 90s. It stars the incredible, magnificent, method actress Angelica Houston. Love her. And And now we have a current 2020 version. Now, I saw the names that were attached, of course. I see the director is Robert Zuckerman. I don't know what you guys know Robert for, but me, myself, a fellow horror lover, I saw that and saw Tales from the Crypt. That's what I saw. I was like, okay, I can work with that. He is a part of many things that I love now and still did, you know, when I was a kid. You know, Death Becomes Her. Madeline, I need to speak to Madeline at once. You know, of course, the Tales from the Crypt series, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the Back to the Future series, and of course, you know, Forrest Gump. Point blank, very credible director. And I see, you know, producers attached. I saw Guillermo del Toro, Mr. Pan's Labyrinth, and The Shape of Water. Great, really, really credible producers. Like, there are some heavy hitter names attached. Now, as far as this being a remake, I'm not too keen on remakes. It's rare that we do get a remake that is up to par with the current remakes and that can hold up. It seems like we get disappointed every time. I'm hoping not to be with this film because this is a great way. Not every kid, of course I did. I briefly introduced my daughter to the witches just so she'll know, like, we got to instill what's the good stuff, the day ones. The 1990 witches, the day one. You know, I made sure, you know, my daughter watched it. She loved it. So it's not so much something where, but I have like a different type of kid where same vibrations. But you know, every kid's not going to sit and, you know, watch something as old as The Witches. It's not, you know, animation, which could be, you know, universal. Like, you can go and review The Lion King and Mulan. It's animation. The Witches, it looks, you know, a little bit dated, still wonderful. Compared to now, of course, it looks dated. You know, the way things are shot, the quality is different now. But that story still came across, and I feel like it could still come across to other kids. A good movie is always going to be a good movie. But we have the amazing cast, you know, Luke, Grandma, and Bruno. Wonderful. And I'm hoping we still get those same things here. Now we have, to start, Chris Rock is narrating, which I'm sure was supposed to be really great, which it is. But as soon as he spoke, all I seen was, everybody hates Chris. That's what I heard. I heard Rochelle, I heard Julius, Tanya, and Drew. And that's what I heard. But still good, you know. I took me out of the trailer for a second. But we see that in this version, Octavia Spencer is going to play the grandmother. Octavia Spencer, this is, you know, her element. We are, you know, at a certain, you know, time period. It's not current day, which is great for her. She does great with, you know, period movies. You know, she has that warmness about her to play a grandmother, though she may not be, you know, that old of a character. The kid here, I'm hoping we still get that same feel for him that we got for Luke, you know, when he was turned into that mouse. I'm hoping we still get that. I can't really tell from the trailer, but Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci, he can go either way. Sometimes I really love him, and sometimes it's like, I'm hoping we still get that disdain that the hotel owner had in the 1990s version of The Witches, because you saw that he like loathed children just as much as The Witches did, and it kind of, you know, coincided hand in hand. I'm hoping we still get that from Stanley Tucci. Now, my biggest discrepancy with this movie, as far as the actors and actresses, is Miss Anne Hathaway. I grew up with Anne Hathaway. I loved Anne Hathaway, and you know, her early, you know, comedic efforts, like of course The Princess Diaries and Ella Enchanted. She's always been great there. But her later roles, like now as, a full-fledged older woman, I find that I love her more when she is cast in her dramatic roles. I have not loved her so much recently in the versions of Through the Looking Glass and, Alice in Wonderland, and, she's the good witch. It comes off a bit, not bad, but it's not good either. It doesn't, when she's trying to be a character actor, I'm a little speechless. I don't like it. So here, when I know that she needs to convey certain things and they can come off a bit stiff, just like, when she's in her dramatic roles, like for, instance, Brokeback Mountain, great. She is so good there. She is so good there. The Les Miserables, plays, great. But when we get into comedy, character acting, I'm not feeling she can give me my Angelica Houston. First of all, The Witches is like a dark comedy. And with Angelica Houston being so heavy-handed with being a character actor, being able to throw herself in The Witches with that strong accent and those looks and everything, you felt it. You were, scared for Bruno and Luke, and you promised me a bar of chocolate, and I'm here to get it. I want it. Oh, you want your chocolate? Do the countdown, remove your wigs, remove your gloves, remove your shoes. Witches, sisters. I loved it. That's her element, and she brought such a grand performance there. It's a little hard for me to think of Anne Hathaway giving me that a second time. And I'm sorry, you shouldn't hold people to someone else's standards because it is Angelica Houston, Gomez, Morticia, Miss Thing. But y'all can't give me this and not give me everything. And speaking of giving me everything, one thing that still very much holds up, not so much the zapping and the dings and the, the wand magic, those things, but the simplistic, bottles, the potion, nothing was glowing. We saw, the potion glowing in the trailer. I know that this is for kids and they want to give, kids something to ooh and ah at, but I think they underestimate the expectations that kids have. Kids aren't looking at that stuff. We just need you to say it and we know what it is. It's the potion. We don't need it to glow. We don't need, Bruno and Luke's transformation to be grand CGI. Those simplistic special effects of Angelica Houston turning into, revealing and those grand high witches and those, POV shots and zooming and fisheye bubble shots zooming in on the, the warts and the long nails, the feet, the bald heads, the scarce hair, the horrible skin, the long protruding noses. That works. And it would still work today. We don't need the CGI. We don't need that. Can we just get simple, simplistic special effects that I'm sure cost way less than what you guys try to give to us on screen digitally? Like I seen, the kid being thrown up and, the transformation. Like, no, we want that same. If you're going to remake it, just give me everything. I want that same, smoke coming out of the ears, bells and whistles. I want that. Give me that. I want that. No, who asked for this? Anybody asked for this? But okay. I do also like that the trailer has the Four Tops playing I'll Be There. I love that song. It was very reminiscent of the old film Coolie High. No Cochise, maybe over some people's heads, whatever. I love that. I feel like we're going to get some nostalgia here with the soundtrack, which is great. And I'm hoping that this movie, CGI or not, actors and actresses alike, can still convey and make us feel what we felt in the 1990 version with Angelica Houston. And even the grandma was great. The grandma was great. You know, you really felt for her, and, you know, wanting to save her grandson and putting him in her purse and not having to be too convinced that this was her grandson. She's like, no, it was nice. You know, like, this is my grandson. You're not going to get away with this. Like, I have no doubt that, you know, maybe Octavia can give it to us, but Stanley Tucci and Anne Hathaway, I don't know. I'm hoping we still, you know, get some really good graphics, just like with the old film with, you know, Guillermo del Toro being attached and all of the amazing things we've seen him give, you know, the Pale Man. I'm hoping we get that. I have faith in Robert Zuckerman as a director, so I'm hoping for the best, and I hope this sparks, you know, kids and older generations alike, because I'm a, you know, a 90s kid. I was born in 1990, to go and watch the original and love this one as the same. That's all I got, you guys. I think I'll probably do a review of the movie when it comes out and let you guys know how I feel in total. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, and I see you guys for my next video. Drop a comment, drop a like, let me know what you thought about the trailer. See you guys next time. Bye.